There traders, this is Steve Miley for FX Explained, and we're doing our weekly macroeconomic fundamental macro watch in here. Well, the last week has been dominated by trade again. Trade in here, negotiations, trade war, various pieces of information, rumours and statements coming from both US and China, sending equity markets up and down in here. Forex markets choppy. The main thing on asset classes though we've seen has been US Treasury bonds going to significantly lower yields, to multi-year lower yields in here. The 30-year hitting a historic yield low, and also the US yield curve, the 2 to 10 year segment of the yield curve inverting, and that inversion of the yield curve in here sometimes, often in here in the post Second World War era, a signal of a future recession in the US. All of that weighing on equity markets to an extent, although equity markets have been choppy. There has been positive news out there as well. Talks between the US and China supposed to be resuming over the next few weeks. US data has actually been positive over the last week. CPI data, retail sales data. So really mixed tone in here, but real concerns about those moves to lower yields and the inversion of the yield curve, sending markets lower at one point last week, but they have rebounded and now trying to form bases again. So the market's very much still focused on the trade war and trade negotiations. Actually, over the weekend as well, we had another piece of news. The Chinese central bank, the PBOC, indicated reforms for lower borrowing costs to companies in here, so to small to medium-sized enterprises. So that as a stimulus, helping markets higher already in here going into the beginning of this week, the equity markets that is. So markets very much still focused on any information regarding the trade war and trade negotiations. We also had the Jackson Hole Symposium, economic symposium from Thursday through the weekend, and Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, is due to speak on Friday. On the macroeconomic data front, really we're going to have to zoom to this point here on the calendar. August the 22nd, we see the PMI data, global PMI data. That's going to be much watched going into this week. And as I say, Fed Powell speaking, and the Jackson Hole Economic Symposium Thursday, Friday into next weekend. I'm going to wish you all a great trading week. So traders, don't forget to catch us on the next FX Explained Macro Watch and all the great content on fxexplained.co.uk.